Hello, my name is Anneta and I'm the last member of the PEPELT team this month. I would like to talk about the same book, Bully in the Classroom. Bully is a wonderful book that combines words, pictures, and also a very meaningful content. It was my first encounter with the book, so I tried to explore it from every possible angle. I worked with over 150 children, sharing the book in different groups, in different ways that I would like to talk about today. The activities we perform could be divided in pre-reading activities and post-reading activities. They could not be the most obvious activities that would come to our mind when reading the book, because our students have no contact with English, have no exposure to English language outside the classroom. So at the age of 6, 7 or 9, 10, the language skills are quite limited. So discussion is out of discussion. Therefore, I looked for different activities that could reinforce the topic of bullying. It's a wonderful book because it provides a teacher with an opportunity to use content-based approach, but also to work on the language in a very traditional way as well. So, pre-reading activities. In a pre-reading phase with very young learners, those age 6, 7, I focus on feelings and body language. So first, I revised the names of the feelings, trying to elicit happy, sad, surprised, excited, angry, and then, because they are very young, so we started with themselves. So children try to perform being angry, being surprised, but to make it a bit challenging, I ask them not to use their face, so try to express it with their body. And they discover that it's not that easy, that it's much easier express feelings with your face than consciously express it with your body. And then we talk about body language and so on. And then to move on to animals, somehow getting closer to the book, I ask them about pet animals, a dog, a cat. How do they know about the way the animals feel? So we look at the cats, the face the cats put whenever they want to communicate certain feeling, and then their body, the tail, in this case. And then from there we move to Bully, and I extracted all the pictures of Bully, of little Bully, from the book, and children were to guess the feelings, putting the appropriate names by the pictures. Yes, so I think Bully feels happy here. I feel Bully feels sorry in this picture, and so on. Once we've done that, I introduce the speech bubbles, the words from the book. Yes, like you stink, bully, to play, and children try to match the words to the pictures they had. That was necessary because for my students, many words were unfamiliar. Although the language is very simple, but they wouldn't understand, for example, slow coach or even you stink was a new one. So after that, we move on to reading a book, and they love it and they wanted to read it again and again. And the simplicity of the vocabulary, not too many words. It's perfect level, so children really laughed. They felt very encouraged to read it again and again by themselves. They had one group per two, so they could really fully enjoy all the illustrations and everything. And then after that, when I asked them to, of course in mother tongue, I asked them about the problem in this book and matching the first scene, the scene before the title, where the big bully bullies the little one, and then the bully who bullies the animal, the smaller animals on the farm. They got it right, because they said, yes, it's the big one that taught him. He is the one to be blamed. And I think this is true, because this is the way it works. Usually there is always an adult behind the bullying. I realized that young children, age 6, 7, or even 8, they don't have the real idea what bullying is. Probably because they are more protected in the school system. In our school, they have one teacher who is with them all day. So they haven't experienced bullying fully. Bullying yet. They haven't observed it, maybe they haven't experienced it. So I thought that maybe it's a good idea to make them aware of it. And also I felt that showing them only the nasty words and only the bad behavior, because there are lots of words and most of the words are nasty. So I thought that it would be necessary to introduce some kind words as well. So I asked them about kind words friends use, kind words children use when playing together. So they came with words: I like your hair, I like your smile, let's be friends, let's play instead of go away, you are good at football, of course, you are nice. And then I performed an apple experiment. An apple experiment worked this way, that I brought 2 very nice red apples, and we sat in a circle and we were passing the apple round the circle, each time holding the apple, saying kind and nice things to the apple, like, I want to play with you, you're very nice, let's be friends, let's play together. And then the second apple, we would say nasty words. I thought that it's not very educational to practice with children saying nasty words, so I asked them to whisper the words to the apple, and they passed the apple again. And then I cut open the, let's say, nasty apple, and I showed them the black marks inside. Of course, I helped the apple a bit the night before and press it, just to show the children that the nasty words they heard, that words hurt. Of course, children were surprised. It's a kind of metaphor, but they've got to realize that words hurt, and they leave permanent marks inside, becoming inner voice of a child. If the nasty words come from someone, you laugh. Then, with another group of children, I performed a different game. We took puppets and we gave identity to a puppet, yes? So we thought about writing name, age, likes and dislikes. So this puppet got certain identity. Later, I asked them to dress up a puppet. So they tried to decorate it, to give it certain clothes, you see. And then, once they had it all nice, they could introduce the puppet, saying, hello, my name is, I don't know, Juan, I live in Madrid, I like apples, but I don't like bananas, let's say. And then, we were passing the puppets round the circle again, but each time we had a puppet in our hands, we would press the markers over the decoration, over the paper clouds. When the words were nice and kind, we would press primary colors, yellow, blue, and red. While when the words were nasty, we would press a black marker. So the end would be that the puppets became patchy. Yes, they became patchy, they had patches when we undressed them. So I asked them to decorate the patches, to use the patches, here in this case, made them into flowers or any different ornament, to make it nice. But still, they realized that the black patches remained there and were not nice. So it was just to make them aware that words hurt. They hurt sometimes even more, and that they leave permanent marks with the person who is bullied. With another group of children, that was age 8, I started with the word. So I didn't, they knew the name for the feelings already. So it was just to help them with the words to fully enjoy the book. So I gave them word bubbles, all the expressions, all the word chunks of the language from the book, and I asked them to put it into a story. So they started putting dialogues. And after a while, I said, okay, there are dialogues. So I gave them the animals, and they performed a little drama, a day on a farm, using the word bubbles. And because children enjoy this activity very much, and they enjoy putting dialogues, that gave me an idea, and actually children led me to this idea, that it would be very nice pronunciation practice. So after reading the story, we try to build little dialogues based on these expressions, but also adding up some they already knew, to perform dialogues to practice intonation. So children role-played situations like want to play? Want to play? Want to play? No. Why? Angry. Angry? Furious. Want to talk? No. And so on. Children like it very much, and very interesting dialogues were performed. One other aspect of that with older students, let's say age 11, who already know the bullying problem and they fully understand it, I wanted to make them aware what is bullying and what isn't. Because the idea that someone comes and says, want to play, and you say,